Hello and welcome to your messages for the week. These are the messages for the week beginning Sunday, the 5th of March 2023. So take a deep breath and activate your own intuition as always. If you haven't already seen the messages for the month of March, I'll put a link in the description, the video in the end screen, because they were all about massive change, but on a personal, individual level. And so I entitled it, "With the Real You, Please Stand Up." So just in case you're looking for it or what have you. So yeah, check that out if you haven't done so already. Now, let's see what's going on. Lots of powerful astrology happening in this month. And nothing else I need to share before the cards start coming out. I don't think there is. Oh, there's one already. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you want to know more about me and the things that I do, check out the website, jamesarmsworth.com, and this YouTube channel, of course. Have a good browse around. Lots of different things going on, and also on Facebook, James Sutton. So, and if you're not new to my channel, welcome back. You know how much I love you. Now, anything else? Anything else? I'm really not getting anything else. I've only got one card out. I don't want to force it. I'm really getting nothing else. Let's see what the one card has to say. Interesting, huh? And oh, we have the Five of Swords. Interesting one to have out as an only card. So, swords are mental processes. They are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, okay, all of which can be attached to emotions, of course. Very relevant to our raising our frequency. Literally, this card is about conflict. And you can see there's been some kind of conflict there, but they've kind of dropped some swords, and this guy's picking up swords. It's usually about mental conflict because, of course, swords are air and they are mental processes. So it's very often mental conflict within yourself. It can be conflict with those around you as well, of course, but they will probably, those people around you giving you mental conflict will probably be reflecting back some form of mental conflict within you. So, and this is typically, and we talk about this a lot, don't we? It's like part of me says this and part of me says that. And I think the reason that that happens is because, first of all, we have so many layers as to who we are. There's our human, who's very dense in the energy, in the physical world. And our humans are prone to having negative emotions and negative thoughts and programming. And then you've got your higher self, which is the part of you that kind of knows better, right? But then you've also got your highest self, which is your divine love light being, who doesn't really worry about anything, I guess. So it could be, I think, sometimes that conversation, that mental conflict, comes from your human and your higher self. Your higher self basically saying, well, this is what you should do. And your human saying, well, yes, but I've got all these trapped emotions and limiting beliefs, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do, but it's like self-sabotage. On some level, we all know that we self-sabotage. And that is quite simply because of this higher self telling us to do something. it's not telling us like a school teacher or anything, because our higher self is love and light and everything else. So there's no judgment there. It's just that it's that part of us which knows the more divine choices to make. Could be more divine choices in what we eat or what we drink, or could be more divine choices in how much we drink, how often. It could be more divine choices in our choice of partner, our choice of friends, our choice of activity. Or it could be um, more divine choices in not doing certain things or in doing certain things. So it could be related to all sorts of things. It could be um, perhaps some people on some level, and I think actually all of us on some level, that phrase, selling our soul, on some level, doing something that you don't want to do, but you're doing it for the money or for the status or to keep the peace, not being authentic, but you know you're not being authentic. That's also not a divine choice, is it? So that can also create some conflict within you. I mean, there's so many reasons, aren't there, that we can have this mental conflict within us. So what I want to say about that is understanding where it's all coming from, understanding that when we are in our density, we're making choices from a place of pain, from our pain body, as Eckhart Tolle would call it. So if we're making choices out of fear, that's making choices out of our density, our pain, rather than making choices out of love. And the choices that we make have been coming up a lot lately, haven't they? How we choose certain things, depending on whether we are feeling the humanness of our being or whether we're feeling the divinity of our being. So the choices we'll put in, I think the most important thing that is coming up with this is not judging yourself. Let's not judge ourselves. We're identifying that some choices are more divine than others. We can identify that, we can observe that, but let's not judge ourselves because, we're on a journey and it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters. And that was the title of one video, wasn't it, one week? But nothing really matters. Does it matter if you make a choice that I think it's the awareness that's the most important thing. So you can make a choice that perhaps isn't the highest choice to make, but it doesn't matter. I mean, and if you're aware of it, that's even better. What I'm really getting called to do now is to pull one of these Archangel Raphael healing cards, because I think this card is about self-sabotaging. And I think it's quite a relevant one. Because when we do self-sabotage, then we start feeling guilty, shame, or, all sorts of things. Let's have a look what Archangel Raphael has to say about the situation. Interesting one. I like it when the cards are different. Okay, do we have a message from Archangel Raphael for this week to help us with this mental conflict? Thank you. Anything else to help us with this mental conflict that we might be feeling this coming week? And it could be about all areas of our life, can't it? Our work, it could be our relationships. That's it, could be our diets. Nothing else that we need. Heads up. How can we help raise our frequency? Thank you. Anything else? Do we have another one? Now he's really talkative. Now too many falling out. Just one more would be nice. Or we can just go with the two that have come out. let's go with the two that have come up. Clearly, there isn't much more to say. Thank you. Okay, do Raphael. Okay, brilliant. So this acceptance, and that's pretty much what I've just said about let's not judge. Let's not judge ourselves. When we don't judge something, we're accepting it, aren't we? Let's just accept it. Okay, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Let's put it in the it doesn't really matter bucket, because all this striving, there's a lot of striving going on, isn't there? Maybe that's just me. I'm feeling like there's a lot of striving. Let's stop striving. Let's stop struggling, and let's stop all those things because life isn't meant to be a struggle. We're not meant to strive that much. If we have to strive that much, then we're not going in the right direction because we know that when we're in our highest frequency, we know that everything's going to fall into place and people that we need are going to just appear. And when you're in that stillness and in that present moment, that is the point of acceleration. You are in the stillness, okay? And then your next step comes to you. The next step that you have to make can come to you. And I think one of our problems around this area is time, because we know time is just an illusion. We know that, don't we? But we keep thinking we've got to hurry up on this path. No, we've got to hurry up and do stuff. I mean, if you've got we've got to hurry up and live our dreams. Nothing has to be a rush because time is an illusion. So just I think the real message for this week is let yourself off the hook. Let yourself off the hook. Just stop. Let's just stop, shall we? Let's just stop with the striving. Let's just stop with the making an effort. Let's just stop with all of that. Let's just stop. I was going to say chill, but let's just stop. And just one moment. Sorry, I had to just pause the video then. I got disturbed. So where was I? Yeah, this is about yeah, and not judging yourself. We were stopping, weren't we? We were stopping doing everything, and we were definitely stopping judging ourselves because that's the biggest problem, isn't it? So let's just let it be, because when you start judging yourself for whatever it is that you're not doing, I'm not exercising enough, I'm not working hard enough. I mean, all these, I'm eating too much. I'm not, whatever you're not doing or you're thinking you're not doing. Yeah, it's all, it doesn't really matter, does it? So let's just stop all of that. Let's just accept everything as it is, right? Let's just take a break from this whole, thinking that we've got to do something, thinking that we've got to be somewhere, thinking that we've got to achieve something, that we've got to. I know I do talk about raising our frequency, and let's keep it in mind that we always want to raise our frequency. Perhaps this week, very different. Perhaps it's about have a break from that. Have a break from all of that. Because the other card that came up with Archangel Raphael is I don't know whether you can see that, laughter is the best medicine. There you go. So you've got mental conflict, you're arguing with yourself. It's like, what are you doing? What are you arguing with yourself about? Right? What is it? Doesn't matter, does it? Look, let's just accept it. Let's just give ourselves a week off. Just accept whatever it is. You think you're self-sabotaging, or you think that you're doing whatever it is that you're meant to be doing. Just accept that you're human is being human. Time doesn't matter because time doesn't really exist. Let's just let go of worrying or caring or striving. I want to say again, let's let go of striving. And we are going to have a laugh this week. So laughter is the best medicine. So take that judgment of yourself and just laugh at yourself a little bit. Can you laugh at yourself a little bit? Can you think, oh my God, I've been so worried about, I don't know, this relationship, or I've been so worried about this thing or that thing, or whatever it is that you've been worried about. Take yourself out of the equation and then have a look in, distance yourself, have a look in. Can you have a little laugh? Can you laugh about it? Oh, my human is doing whatever. My human thinks that he or she is not good enough, or my human thinks that he or she has to do X, Y, Z. And your human can do whatever your human needs to do. Your higher self knows the right way. But for this week, your higher self is going to hold space for you. Your higher self is going to hold space for you while your human does whatever your human wants to do. And we're going to have a laugh about it. We're going to have a laugh about whatever's going on in the world, whatever's going on in your life. We're just not going to take it seriously because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So this is tiring. The mental conflict is tiring, isn't it? All that. So let's take a break. This week is funny one, different. I've not ever had that card come up on its own before. So this is about arguing with yourself. This is about then not judging yourself. Let's just accept everything as it is. Let's accept everything as it is, perfect as it is. Even if you're not doing what you think you should be doing, or you're not following the guidance, we've got this inner guidance going on, and you wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't tapped into your inner guidance. So you've probably got this inner guidance going on, and maybe your human is not following that inner guidance, even though you know what you should be doing from your inner guidance. It's just like this: have a little break, have a little break from your inner guidance for a while. See, everything is perfect. Everything is already perfect. Just accept everything as it is, loving everything as it is, and laughing. Let's have a laugh and a giggle. A laugh and a giggle. We can have a little laugh with our humans. We can have a little laugh with our higher self as well. Thinking, oh, our human is so concerned about these things that really are not important. Really, they're not important. So this mental conflict is not important. I don't know whether that's helped anybody at all this week, but we shall see, shan't we? We shall see. Let's have a little laugh. Different, isn't it? Lots of love to you all. If you'd like a private reading, get in touch, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.